There is no health without mental health. Hello, I'm Stephanie Akinyi Onyango, a Kenyan registered health community health nurse. Today we are going to have a health talk on mental health and two topics in particular, depression and suicide. What is mental health? The WHO defines mental health as a state of well-being in which individual realizes his or her own abilities, can cope with the normal stresses of life, can work productive, fruitfully, and be able to make a contribution to his community. And the absence of mental health does not mean somebody is mentally healthy. Why does mental health important? Mental health is important in that if you do not take care of your mental health, your physical health will be affected. And even if you do, in the case of these two topics of depression and suicide, if you do not take care of your mental health, not only will your physical health be affected, even it might cause an end of a life. In Kenya, our country Kenya, we have made a lot of strides in the mental health sector. I'll thank my government, the government of Kenya, in building various institutions that are specialized in dealing with mental illnesses and mental cases. Our founding hospital, Mathare Hospital, was in conception since the 1910s. And we thank the government for training highly specialized healthcare givers, from the psychiatric doctors, psychiatric nurses, psychiatric psychologists, psychiatric counselors, and every institution that is related to mental health. We say kudos. As why I am giving thanks to those institutions and to every individual who is related to the mental health, because my brothers and sisters and my fellow countrymen, mental health in our country is a silent epidemic. That means it's something that is killing our country, and yet we do not know it. From the statistics of the WHO had mentioned in 2017, the WHO reported and ranked Kenya 6th African country with the highest level of depression. 1.9 million of Kenyans are diagnosed and suffering from depression. 1.9 million. That is a very, very high figure, considering 40 million. We are currently our population is at 40 million. We have not included the children and the old age. And as I had mentioned, mental health, I was focusing on the age group between 15 to 29 years. That is the backbone and the working age group of our country. We are the ones that right now are at our productive stage and are working for our country. And another fact is, among the 1.9 million, depression is the leading cause of suicide. Depression is the leading cause of suicide. And what is undeniable is that it is clear there is a link between depression and suicide. According to the WHO, we lose 800,000 people every year because of suicide. And the saddening part, a majority is between the ages of 15 to 19. In the Kenyan Bureau of Statistics, it shows that every year, in 2017, we lost 421 deaths due to suicide. And the strongest risk factor of suicide, it is a previous suicide attempts. The second one is abuse of substances such as alcohol, bang, and hard substance abuse such as cocaine. And a third cause of suicide is impulsive moments of crisis when an individual suffers breakdown. You remember from our definition of mental health, we said the ability for one to cope with normal stresses. These individuals do not have an ability to cope with normal stresses. And this suicide, it's some of it's referred to suffering in silence or footprints of pain. Because we have only 5 minutes, how can somebody who's depressed and suicidal get as I just identified they need help? The first thing, when you have identified you are not okay mentally and you see that you're on a downward trajectory, your thoughts are getting darker and darker, and you feel that hope is lost. My dear brother and sister, hope is not lost. You are needed and you are loved. There is always a solution. Killing yourself is not a solution. The first thing you will do, you will ask for help. You will ask for help. When you feel that you cannot cope with the normal stresses of life, you cannot meaningfully contribute to the society and your community, and you feel like you cannot do anything, the first thing you should do, you should ask for help. And asking for help, you to win this battle, ask for help to the ask for help for people who are trained to help. Go to the general practitioners of mental health, go to counselors first. And even if you don't feel that, the first step is talking to a person who will help you, a respectable and a reasonable human being who you can talk to help your issues. Step number 1 is to identify whom you can talk to and seek a primary physician or a mental health proposition. Number 2, if you feel you cannot do that, you can do this. You can write a list or a letter just stating why you deserve to be here. And number 3, you can sit down and talk with your general mental health practitioner. And 4th, learn how to express yourself better. Most of the mental health issues that you're dealing with, it's because we cannot express ourselves better. This highlights the importance of communication in our societies. We need to express where we are burdened, especially if there was as I was doing the research, men commit more suicide than females because they carry a burden inside them and they do not know how to let go. I encourage you, especially my brothers, if you have anything that is weighing you down, find a professional or somebody trustworthy that you can unburden yourself. It's not very good to look very strong and yet you're crumbling inside. Step 5, go at your own pace. We have all different pace. In life, we are all at different stages. We go at our own pace. And God is faithful enough. He will show you the way. Step 6, acknowledge your feelings. Acknowledge your feelings. If you're down, acknowledge you're down. If the going gets tough, you don't have money, acknowledge the going is tough and right now I don't have money, but tomorrow there is a day it will be better, or even if it will be worse, there is always light in the end of the tunnel. And last but not least, God is the giver and the source of our lives. We acknowledge him every day. He came to lift our burdens, and we thank him for being who he is. I thank you. I think I've taken double the time. May you be blessed. Amen.